My girlfriend's brother thought I was a gold digger, not knowing I could retire them both tomorrow. I'd been dating Sarah for 4 months when she finally invited me to her older brother's country club. My entire body went tense because without her brother's blessing, we would never get married. Just warning you, she said, fixing my belt in the parking lot. He's been my protector since our parents died. My ex in senior year pretended to be broke while draining my accounts. So now Trevor still assumes every guy is after my money. I nodded, my chest tight. What they didn't know? I owned a private jet company, but I'd learned money changes how people see you. So I kept my mouth shut and dressed casually. Trevor was already at the driving range when we arrived, and the way he looked me up and down made it clear he'd already written me off. He wore head-to-toe Ralph Lauren like he was sponsored, and his handshake was the kind meant to establish dominance. After the crushing grip, he announced my hands felt soft, like someone who'd never done real work, then asked if I even knew how to hold a club, or if Sarah would have to teach me like a child. After we teed off, he made sure I walked while he and Sarah took the cart. Throughout the first 3 holes, he kept grabbing my shoulders and repositioning them, talking to Sarah over my head about how proper lessons cost money I clearly didn't have. My phone buzzed constantly with calls from my operations team. I switched to D&D, but Trevor noticed. "Turn that thing off," he commanded. "What, DoorDash needs you back online?" He laughed at his own joke. At the 4th hole, while Sarah was lining up her putt, Trevor pulled out his phone and started showing me photos of every successful guy who was a member there. All single, all interested in Sarah. When Sarah tried to change the subject, Trevor grabbed her hand. "I understand you're settling because you're scared. Your ex David hurt you, so now you're dating down where it's safe." He looked straight at me. "No offense, but she needs someone on her level." My jaw clenched as Trevor turned back to me, his confidence growing with each insult that went unchallenged. "Look at this. What happens if someone threatens you? This gonna protect you?" He grabbed my arm, squeezing my bicep. "Nothing. Probably can't even open a pickle jar." My jaw clenched as Trevor turned back to me, his confidence growing with each insult that went unchallenged. "You know what's funny?" He circled me like a predator. "Sarah's literally the only woman who'd give you a second look, and that's just because she's traumatized from our parents." He actually lifted my chin with his finger, examining my face. Things escalated when a group of women from the club walked by. Trevor literally pushed me toward them. "Ladies, quick poll, would you date this guy?" They looked uncomfortable as he continued. "You can be honest with me. On a scale of 1 to 10, one muttered, 'Excuse me,' and they hurried away." "See?" He turned to Sarah. "Even strangers can tell he's not husband material." "Trevor, please stop," Sarah pleaded, but he was on a roll. "Let's talk about your future kids," he said, his voice getting crueler. "You really want this as their father?" He grabbed my wrist, holding it up. These soft hands teaching them to throw? This weak voice telling bedtime stories? He actually got in my face, close enough I could smell his cologne. First day of school, other kids asking why their dad looks like the substitute teacher. Why daddy can't coach the little league. Why mommy settled. My phone rang again. Trevor answered it before I could move, putting it on speaker with a smirk. The panicked voice of my operations manager filled the air, announcing something about a CEO furious that we'd given his usual jet to another client. I snatched the phone and told them to offer him the smaller citation or find another company. The words aviation and Mr. Hayes, sir, echoed across the quiet golf course as I hung up on what was clearly a multi-million-dollar account. I watched Trevor's entire world crumble as he processed what he'd just heard. His face cycled from confused to horrified to utterly destroyed as every single insult came flooding back. His mouth opened and closed like a fish gasping for air. "Aviation," he whispered. "But you can't be." Sarah connected the dots faster. "Wait a second, the house. After mom and dad died, someone paid off the mortgage anonymously." He looked up at me, tears